Hi friends, I know many of you are curious as well as many of you are really frustrated on what is happening with future of Express Entry. After yesterday's news, I had promised that I will try to bring some clarity and also hope in today's video. Few things are in black and white and few things I need your support so that I'm not thinking unilaterally. And for this, let me first show you this year's immigration plan. I always start with this just to know that what was the plan. You see this, we will focus on this part only and for today's video. So don't miss to watch this video till the end as I will be trying to cover everything possible. So you all heard about this news of one-time program that has been initiated by IRCC for international graduate and temporary worker for the permanent resident. Let's look at the official document and see what it is conveying and how it impacts the overall year's plan. So you see in front of you, this is the official document. Now you can go and read this in detail, and you must do that so that you have this first-hand information. I will highlight things which are of immediate interest to you so that you know there are some quick takeaway. So you see that this policy says it's temporary policy to facilitate granting of permanent resident to foreign national in Canada outside of Quebec with recent credential from Canadian Post-Secondary Institution. So this highlights that anyone who is in Quebec, for them, you know, they have been kept outside. For remaining people who are in Canada and who are foreign national, this is applicable. Now, this also gives background to the immigration plan of 2021, which I just showed you with the amendment, and it shows the challenges because of COVID. We have heard this many times now from Canada, from elsewhere, how it has been impacting, and it acknowledges the contribution of the temporary worker and how Canada benefits from them, as well as how they help the economic recovery. Here in this section, it talks about the international graduates. By granting PR, Canada will benefit from their training and expertise, and they have the required training and expertise for pandemic recovery, which will help Canada with their long-term goal. So far, it is good. It also says that this is a temporary pathway and the considerations what has been given. Here in the considerations, it talks about how Canada's economy relies on immigration and how there is a need to ensure stability in the workforce. This condition section gives clear guidance on eligibility requirement. So do read this carefully. It gives complete instruction on what is needed by the principal applicant, such as education completion, you can see here, not prior to January 2017, and many more such things. It's an easy read, so do take time to read this. If you are the affected party, it will give you more confidence on what exactly it is given here, and you will not hear from others. This section talks about the family member eligibility and how principal applicant's family member becomes eligible to be granted permanent residence, provided they meet these criteria. And this section is for primary applicants' family members abroad who are not here in Canada. It gives complete detail, very easy to read again. This section talks about exemptions, who are exempted, and then this shows the intake cap of 40,000 applicants for the processing. This section talks about the fees, then the start and end date, which we talked about yesterday. And this is really important section, Annex A, eligible skill trade. So this will give you a very clear view of who are these skill trade who are eligible. Major group 72, this list is for those working in industrial, electrical and construction setup. So you can see if your job code is listed here. Major 73 is for maintenance and equipment operations trader. check this list if you are in this category. Major group 82 is supervisor, technical occupation in natural resource, agriculture and related production. Major group 92 is processing, manifestation and utility supervisor and central control operator. This also has acceptance for chef, cook, butchers and bakers. So here you can see that this list has tradesmen and 40,000 will be invited from this list. So this is clear. These category and how many people will be invited between May and November. Now we also know that 90,000 candidates are going to be invited. So the distribution what we had information on is like this: 20,000 applicant for the healthcare, 30,000 applicant for the temporary worker in other selected essential occupation, and 40,000 applicant for international student who graduated from Canadian Institute. Now if we look at the plan, the health care worker category was also there, so that will get consumed, but you see the numbers are on higher side. So we could see some reshuffle happening between these table, and now that we know that the international student as well as temporary workers who are already in Canada, they would get prioritized till about November. So it will be interesting to see how this entire table goes for revision. And now coming to the question of federal skilled worker program and the invitation for express entry, I still feel that one should not lose hope. If you have read the comment from the immigration minister, to run the economy you need talented people, and it's only getting delayed due to the current circumstances. So don't lose hope. Pray that soon things starts to get better and you get to live your Canadian dream. All the best to all of you, and thanks for watching Canada Tried and Tested. I'll wait for your comments, and I definitely would respond to your comments for sure. Thank you.